Let's talk about the $200 billion elephant in the room that's about to reshape everything we know about pharmaceutical commercial strategy. We're staring down the largest patent cliff in over a decade, and the data shows companies are already making some fascinating moves to survive it. We're talking about blockbuster drugs worth more than an entire country's GDP, losing their exclusivity between now and 2030. And the research on how companies are actually responding might surprise you. Keytruda bringing in $25 billion annually? Patent expires 2028. Stelara? Same timeline. Humira's already started its decline. BCG research shows that leading biopharma companies have 67% of Amgen's revenue and 63% of Bristol-Myers Squibb's revenue at risk from patent expirations. When patents expire, companies don't just lose market share, they lose 80 to 90% of revenue almost overnight. But here's what the actual data tells us about how they're responding. Boston Consulting Group just published comprehensive research on this exact situation, and their findings are eye-opening. Companies facing patent cliffs are making what BCG calls sizable one-time investments in digital, data, and change management that can triple promotional response rates and expand sales reach by up to 15%. But here's the key insight. They're not just throwing money at the problem. The research shows these companies are fundamentally resetting their customer engagement models. We're seeing a documented shift from maximizing initial sales to driving patient acquisition and retention throughout what BCG calls the loss of exclusivity period. And we have real-world proof this is happening. Look at the authorized generic strategy that's become standard practice. Companies are launching their own generic versions alongside branded products, which means they're running dual marketing campaigns, one for the premium brand emphasizing reliability and proven track record, and another for the generic focusing on access and value. The M&A data backs this up too. Merck's $10 billion Verona Pharma acquisition wasn't strategic expansion, it was revenue replacement. When you're facing a $25 billion revenue cliff with Keytruda, you buy your way out of the problem. But here's what's really interesting from a marketing perspective. BCG's research shows that post-patent expiration, marketing doesn't decrease, it becomes even more critical. Companies pivot their entire messaging from market dominance to emphasizing what they call intangible brand value, basically why their version is worth choosing even when cheaper options exist. So what does this mean for your day-to-day work? The evidence points to three major shifts. First, marketing strategy complexity is exploding. The research shows companies are developing entirely new campaigns that compete on non-price attributes. Your briefs are about to get way more sophisticated because you're not selling exclusivity anymore, you're selling trust, reliability, and experience. Second, digital infrastructure investment is becoming mandatory. BCG found that companies making these sizable one-time investments in digital engagement see triple the promotional response rates. Translation: if you're not building omnichannel capabilities for your pharma clients right now, you're behind. Third, the therapeutic area landscape is shifting. Companies can't rely on price increases like previous patent cliffs due to regulatory changes, so they're acquiring their way into new therapy areas. That COPD expertise your agency has been building? It's about to become a lot more valuable as respiratory becomes the new oncology. Here's your takeaway. The patent cliff isn't creating desperate spending sprees. It's creating strategic transformation. The companies that survive this aren't the ones with the biggest budgets. They're the ones with the smartest reallocation of resources toward proven digital engagement strategies. The BCG research is clear. This is about doing marketing better, not just doing more of it. So start those conversations about omnichannel strategies, authorized generic campaigns, and non-price differentiation now, because the companies that figure this out first are going to dominate the post-patent world.